Hey, Trevor here, and welcome to this advanced training from me. First of all, let me just say you should have watched the training from Bobby first. So go through the main training before you come to this. This is the result of me taking Bobby's training and then putting my little spin on it to enable me to earn a nice few $100s in a few days with very, very little outlay. And I'm sure you're going to love it. It's a little bit more advanced than Bobby's main course, I have to say, so just bear with me, but it's not too complicated because you can pause and rewind and play this training as much as you want. The most important thing is, though, that you take action. If you don't take action, you don't stand a chance. If you do take action, you can make some really nice money with this. Okay, let's crack on. Right, so I'm in the site expireddomains.net. And this should be a site that you're familiar with now. I've logged in, and I've logged in so that I can save domains that I find. It's very similar to the way Bobby does things to begin with, but I guess we've all got our little ways of doing stuff. But anyway, first of all, I'm going to go over to deleted domains, and that brings up 1.25 million, which is clearly far too many for us to look at. So I'm going to go over to the filter. And I'm going to do as Bobby teaches, only characters. I'm also going to begin with only in the last either 12 or 24 hours. Let's go for 24 to begin with. Then I'm going to click only available domains. I don't want to see what's gone. I don't want to look at that and think, oh, what a beauty, I've missed it. Now, the trick with this is that if you want to kind of get on, then you need to be doing this fairly regularly. So the first thing I do is I'm going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to apply the filter and see what we got. We had 1.25 million, and now we've got 120,000. So clearly we need to bring that down a little bit more. The first thing that I'm going to do is take out all of these extra endings because I just, I'm not interested in them. I'm only interested in .coms. So let's do that now. Yeah, actually, guys, what I realized was I needed to click on deleted.com. So let me go back to that. So deleted.com, there we go. Show the filter, right? That's it. So if we take a look at the results on that, we've got 56,000 domains. These are .coms that are deleted, and they're .coms that are deleted in the last 24 hours. Now I'm going to swap that out for the last 12 hours. The reason I'm doing the 12 and 24 hours thing to begin with is I want to see exactly. Right, that didn't show any. Let's go back to the filter. Okay, last 24 hours. I want to see all the recent stuff. The stuff that's been around for a few days is not likely to be as good as the new stuff. Okay. Now, once we've done this, there's a few things you can do. We can look at the backlinks. We can look at the age and that kind of thing. We can look at different parts of the filter, but there is something that you can do, which is quite interesting. And that's if you go over to the AdWords and SEO, and just put in $1, so $1 for AdWords Global. What that should do is bring us back domains that have got value in as much as the keywords in there. So I've not put any maximum amount of characters at the moment, by the way. I've got this open at the moment. I'm just going to see what it brings back. So let's go and apply that filter. We've got 56,000. Now we've got 1,000. And if we click and rank it over here by cost per click, then it brings up all sorts of things. Now, to begin with, the higher cost per click is going to be like your lawyers and your insurance and this kind of thing. And, that's not always the best. But as you can see, there are some interesting ones here. We've got purchase image, for example, .com. These are all recently dropped, as you can see, yesterday. So I would just go through to the next page, and I'm just looking for anything that catches my eye. Now these are long because I haven't put any restraint on, any restrictions on the size of it. I'm going to cut that down now to see what else we can do to make this a little bit easier to go through. I don't want to go through 1,000 domains, so I'm going to go maximum length 10 and see what that brings back. Just apply the filter. Now I've got 71, so this is good. Now we get some really nice ones here, as you can see. The thing about this is it's likely to bring back domains with real words in them, and that's what I like about it, because it's got the cost per click here. All right, so just having a quick look through quietpods.com, that's quite nice. Burger Papa, it's, you know, it's quite brandable. Turbo Taxis, so you can see pretty good. So why don't we get some basic valuations on these and see what they bring back. So 1 second. Okay, so I've logged into my free valuator account. I have paid for the pro version of this, the premium version, because for what it costs is very cheap. I just want to be able to stick these in all day long while I'm going through stuff like this. So let's take a look at turbotaxis.com and just see what that brings back. You need to do a few of these to find a real beauty, because it doesn't always make sense. See that one, £187. Let me change that over to dollars. I would have thought that would be more, but clearly not. Let me take a look at Quiet Pods. $265. So you can see this is why I like, or it's stop frizz, that's interesting. But this is why I like to go through and stick loads in, because I'm just looking for that one that comes up with like $20,000. 273. Flip Boston, Burger Papa, Pet Veteran. Let's try that one. That could be interesting. Now, what I love about this particular system is that I'm only looking at domains that have dropped in the last 24 hours. So if there are, you know, there's gonna be a few people out there that are on this and they're going to be doing this, but they're not going to be doing it every day and all day. They just wouldn't be able to keep up with going through and buying everything that's out there. So, and they, you know, they'll probably give up because they may not have a great way to sell them, etc., etc. So it's those that go panning for gold that are going to get the results. So let's have a look what we've got here. Camvector.com. I don't know, it's like almost sounds like one word. See what that brings back. 1200, so it's getting better. Really fly, I don't know, you know, maybe. Let's say, yeah, part of it is what looks good, and just, you know, being surprised at what free valuator is going to come back with. And then the other thing is, of course, it's how you sell it to get your, you know, your best money. Rugs Italy, Italian rugs, could be good. 265. What I'm going to do now is just pause this and see if I can find some big ones for you. Okay, not a great deal in at the moment, but that's just the way it goes. As you know, it is panning for gold, but we've got one okwine.com at 2,196. So let's just go and see if that is actually available, because sometimes they've been literally snapped up in the last, you know, few hours. So let's go and check that now. Right, so I put it into my GoDaddy appraisal as well. It comes up at $1,229, which is not too bad actually. So OK Wine looks like a fairly nice domain. Not really sure, you know, maybe you want to say Awesome Wine or something like that. But this is just to give you an example. You could buy this for 99 pence. So that's £1. That's maybe $1.50, and it's got a value of 1,229 there, and on Free Valuator it's got a value of 2,196, and there you can then pay for $3. You can get the appraisal certificate, and I use this as a selling tool because when I'm selling the domain, the person that I'm selling it to, I want them to be able to buy from me at a trade price and have all the tools they need to go and make a quick turnaround themselves, and that's the method that I've been using. So let me just see if I can find anything else for you. Let's have a look. So next thing that I do is I'll go back to the AdWords, I'll take that out, and then I'll come over here and I'll reduce this down, and I'm going to take that down to maybe 7. Only available last 24 hours, apply the filter. So we've got 5,000 there, which is going to take a bit of going through clearly, but there are some more. Oh, there's nice little pimps straight away that I see, which makes kind of sense because I'm the pimper. So that's 2,000. That's not bad. Let's go back over and see what else. I might just save that one. Yoga Gay. Don't know. Yoga for gay people. Be interesting to see. It's fairly niched down. $2,000. So you can see we've got some pretty snazzy ones here, but the problem being that we've got 5,000 domains to go through. So the other thing that we could do is we could look for those that have got the backlinks and see what we see in there. So this is far too many backlinks as far as I'm concerned, because I just think that that's going to be spammy. But if you see something that looks good, like a real name, which these don't to begin with, so let's move forward a little bit, then you might have something that's genuine. You don't really want a huge amount of backlinks, because it just probably has been, you know, been falsely created, which a lot of these have. The other thing that we can do is we can go to the filter and we can say that we want vowels, a minimum of 2 vowels. So that's going to make a big difference, because they're likely to be more sayable words, and that's what I like to look for, as you can see here. So we've got Velo Fit, Liquid. It's quite nice. Liquid. Yeah, quite like that. That's the sort of thing that I'd go for. Moolah D. Take a look at another page. What I might do now is bring that down to 6. Okay. So I'm going to go back to when it was dropped. I might take a look at the year and see what we've got. Right, so this is pretty good. We've got yellow BS. Yellow bullshit. 2005, 2006. You know, these are quite old, these ones. I've got Wayback Machine. The Wayback Archive is going to show that domain had stuff on it then. So we're talking about 13 years old here. Some of these could be interesting. Merry Dog. atoytoy.com. You know, don't know. Let's see. What did it do with atoytoy.com? Certainly memorable. 2,000. All right, it's not the one we're looking for. What about the yellow BS? See what we get with that. Come on, baby. 2,000. It seems like we're on a bit of a 2,000 thing at the moment. eBurned. Quite like eBurned. Don't know what I'd do with it. That's the thing as well. What would you do with eBurned? $86? Crazy. Right, anything else that comes out there? Right, let's go back to the filter and reduce this down to 6. So we've got 2 vowels and 6 characters in total. This should really, really cut it down. Okay, 1100. Now we're talking. Snow Me. Sayable, right? Roya Joe, Rayug, Nafin, Rockek, Toro US, Nenkim, Jekyll. Things like that I like, because you can say it. Brandable, jekyll.com. You can just hear the advert now. Come over to jekyll.com and get your fresh Jekylls. That's $85. Is not what we're looking for. So this is the thing, right? It's panning for gold, but just to have patience, because you play about with these filters, and before you know it, you've got something that really, really sticks out at you. Bonzik. I mean, I don't know, bonsai trees. Let's just stick that in. See why you want a Free Valuator Pro account, because you can keep doing this all day long. Right, I'm going to pause this one again and see if I can find some for you. So just bear with me. I'll be back in a second, guys. Okay, the Pimps is still coming out at top for me. I mean, it's just the best that I can find out of that. But what I'm going to do now is let me take this down to 5 and see what we can find. So 5 characters, and then I'm going to show you another thing that I do, which is another little kind of trick, if you like. Right, so this brings back 684 domains, and I'm going to put maximum and minimum of 5 and see what we get. Okay, same. So now what I'm going to do is on the filter, I'm going to go over to additional, and then name in selected TLD is registered. If we can find something where say the .org is already registered or the .net. So we're going to apply both. Shouldn't think we'll see any. Okay, and then so additional. Take out the .org and just go for the .net. Okay, none there. So let me take out that. I'm going to take out the vowels. See, it's just you're panning for gold, but you're changing the tools that you've got all the time. So now we can see the .net is registered on these ones, and they don't have any vowels, so they're not sayable, but they're initials, I guess. So let's just see what comes back with that. 23,000. There you go. 23,171. Because it's a 5-letter .com and the .net is already registered, so it doesn't mean much, but it could mean something to somebody that's got those letters, and it could just be that it's a valuable domain. Let's try the next one. See what this comes back with. 1,000. So there you go. So the one to remember is this baby. Okay, so let's suppose we've got our domain. The next thing we're going to do is move on to how we're going to prepare it for selling. And in order to do that, we're going to pimp it, and that's going to be on the next video. Okay, so I'll catch you on that. Hope you've enjoyed this. My name's Trevor, and I'll see you soon. All the best.